I'm okay. Oh, wait, I hurt myself though. Get an angel right now, Jesus.
Lord, what's going on? We're gonna have a good time, and we'll. Why don't you just come along? That should be fun.
Come with us.
Dollar General to get a snack.
Yeah, Sprite. I'm okay.
I'm okay.
You got that?
You did. What's the verse?
Take heed when you think you stand, lest you fall. I wasn't watching my steps because I was watching him with the camera, and I wasn't watching the steps where I was going. Woo! And this is really dangerous here. And I have a hip replacement, and I have a spinal fusion rod in my back. And so I'm not, and I'm almost 55, I'm not in the best health. So then this nice man was gonna come down here and help me, real sweet man. But I feel God on that. I kind of got the breath knocked out of me a little bit, but not bad. But I'm gonna tell you something. God is so good to me because I had a hip replacement in 2001, and I have fallen several times, but have never been hurt bad with falling, ever. And I know that's nothing but God protecting me. What that scripture is talking about, take heed, you know, as walking with Christians, we can get a little prideful, or we can get presumptive and think, well, no, I don't need to pray, I'm good. You know, think we don't need to ask God for wisdom and this and that. And then we fall into sin because we thought we were good.
It's very interesting that this happened because I had already been talking to Mom about coming out here and talking about this verse and talking about how pride brings spiritual blindness. She had her eyes on me instead of watching what she was doing. And the Bible also talks about working on your own stuff and being content on what you're doing for the Lord. But come with me. I'm going to show you just something I want to share that will give you a really good object lesson of why we have to be very careful when we think that we got it. So, here we go. Okay, so we're gonna go out here to the water. I want you to look at the holes in the water. So come on. So if you notice, there were holes in the ground. If you notice up here, the water is higher, but it's the same. When the water is higher, there's still those holes. And if you can imagine trying to walk across in the water, it would be like this. You see, you don't know where the holes are. You don't know where the next hole is going to be. And so that's how it is with walking with the Lord and being prideful. You know, we can't be prideful because then we're not able to see. We have to be very careful. You know, we have to continue to keep our eyes on the Lord, because otherwise we'll not be able to see the trap that the enemy has for us. If we just walk normal, if we think that things are easy and we're not being aware of how the enemy is trying to destroy us. You know, for example, how this would relate into your life is if you know you have a problem with lust, you would be careful not to put yourself in a position that would cause you lust. For example, being alone in the room with the person of an opposite sex. You know, if you have a problem with gambling, then you don't put yourself in a position where you're near people who gamble or other things. Most of it has to do with being around other people, but a lot of it's in your heart, and Jesus can clean that out. Let this illustration of the holes under that are water. Can you imagine me trying to walk through that water and not knowing where the holes are? I would have to go very slow so that I would not trip and fall, you know, just like the verse says, just like Mom fell. Be very careful where I put my feet. And so the same way, you know, as we walk through this life, we have to be very careful how we walk through this life and be alert to where we could fall, those traps, those hidden places where the enemy wants to get us. Just an analogy of how you have to be careful as you walk in this life and be aware and not think that you stand. Don't think that you have it all together. Don't think that you've got everything that you need. You're good. You know, pride goes before destruction and the Holy Spirit before a fall.
So I wanted to show you guys a while ago when I fell. I did fall, but God actually protected me because I want you to see where I almost fell from. I was about maybe 6 to 10 feet from falling from, you see that right there? That would have been bad because I could not stop myself in the gravity, and I was going fast and I had no way to stop myself at all. And I was at like a decline, and look at that. I really could have been hurt badly. So even in my fall, God protected me. Even in my fall, God protected me.
Crack is illegal.
I think so. He said he thinks that crack is illegal. Well, it costs money to get it fixed, guys.
I think it might be covered under your insurance. I might get it.
Oh, that's compromise. I like this one. Yeah. I never had that before.
Alright. Alright, we'll get that.
Compromise.
Sprite.
Where's our candy?